The wheelchair arrived on a Tuesday. It was custom-built, a small aluminum frame with 4 swivel casters, a padded support sling fitted to the exact measurements of a 2-year-old tuxedocat who had been born without his front legs. The veterinary rehabilitation clinic had taken 3 weeks to get it right. The first version sat too high. The second one shifted when he tried to turn. The third one, the one that arrived on Tuesday, fit the way it was supposed to fit. His name was Wheels, and he had been waiting for this. Wheels had come to the clinic through a rescue network 6 weeks earlier. He had been found as a stray, young, underweight, managing on his own in a way that impressed everyone who saw him and alarmed everyone who thought about what his life had actually been like. He moved by using his haunches and his chest, pulling himself forward in a controlled motion that was efficient but hard on his skin and left him exhausted after short distances. The clinic staff had seen resilience before. They had not seen anything quite like this. A rehabilitation coordinator named Lisa said the same thing to every person who asked about him. He is not suffering. He has already solved the problem his own way. What we are doing is giving him a better solution. Most people did not know what to say to that. They said it was amazing. They were right, but they were not fully understanding what she meant. Here is what she meant. Wheels did not experience his situation as a limitation. He experienced it as the situation. He had never had front legs. He did not know what having front legs felt like. He knew what moving felt like, and he moved, and he got where he needed to go, and the fact that he did it differently from other cats was not something he spent time thinking about. The grief in the room was always coming from the humans. Wheels was just trying to get to the food bowl. The first session with the wheelchair lasted 11 minutes. Lisa placed him in the frame carefully, adjusted the sling, and set him down on the clinic floor. Wheels was still for a moment. Then he took 1 step forward with his back left leg. The cart moved. He stopped. He looked down at the wheels. He took another step. The cart moved again. He walked the length of the clinic in 4 minutes. Lisa stood at the end of the hallway and watched him come toward her with those green eyes tracking her the entire way. He walked to her, stopped in front of her, and looked up at her as if to say, "This is better. The old way was fine. This is better." She took a video. She always takes videos at this moment. This one was different. She watched it back 3 times before she posted it. She is glad she did. May saw the video 2 days later. She was 24, had grown up with cats, and had been thinking about adopting for months. She watched the video twice, and then she called the clinic. She asked 2 questions. The first was whether he needed any special care beyond the wheelchair routine. The second was whether anyone had already adopted him. The answer to the first question was, some, yes, we will explain everything. The answer to the second question was, not yet. May drove to the clinic the next morning. If you are still watching and have not subscribed yet, Wheels spent 6 weeks in a rehabilitation clinic learning to use a wheelchair before anyone came forward to adopt him. There are animals right now who need someone willing to learn something new. Hit subscribe. Wheels would want you to know that the learning curve is shorter than it looks. Lisa walked May through everything. The wheelchair routine, how to fit him in, how to check the sling, how to clean the frame, the skincare, inspecting his chest and haunches daily, keeping the surfaces he rested on clean and padded, the physical therapy exercises, gentle range of motion work for his back legs, 15 minutes twice a day, which Wheels tolerated with the patient composure of an animal who had decided that if this was the deal was acceptable. May took notes. She asked follow-up questions. She came back the next day and asked more. On the 3rd visit, she sat on the clinic floor and let Wheels come to her in the wheelchair at his own pace. He rolled across the floor, stopped in front of her, and put his chin on her knee. May looked at Lisa. Lisa said, "That is his version of a handshake." May said she would take it. She took him home on a Saturday. The back seat of her car had a padded mat. She had already modified the apartment, smooth flooring throughout the main areas so the casters moved freely, a low-sided litter box, food and water at ground level, soft mats in every room where he might want to rest. Lisa inspected the apartment before the adoption was finalized and said she had never seen someone prepared this thoroughly. May said she had started the week before she even came to the clinic the first time. The first week was a negotiation between Wheels and the apartment. He explored every room systematically, testing the floor surfaces, identifying the good mat locations, establishing which routes between rooms were most efficient. He had opinions about the kitchen tile, which he found acceptable, and about the bathroom, which he found interesting but drafty. May adjusted the bathroom vent. He reconsidered. The wheelchair came off for rest periods. During those times, Wheels would settle onto a padded mat, or increasingly onto May. He had a specific way of requesting to be picked up. He would position himself next to wherever she was sitting and look at her with those green eyes and wait. She picked him up every time. He would tuck himself against her chest and close his eyes and stay there for as long as she was willing to hold him. She was always willing to hold him. The physical therapy sessions became something both of them looked forward to. May would set up the mat, sit cross-legged in front of it, and work through the exercises Lisa had taught her. He would stay still for the exercises, and then, when they were done, climb onto May's legs and settle in. Lisa came to the apartment for a follow-up visit in month 2. She watched Wheels navigate from the living room to the kitchen in the wheelchair, stop at his bowl, eat, and then wheel himself back to the mat in the living room and settle in for a nap. She watched May go through the Bailey skin check with the practiced ease of someone who had been doing it for years. She stayed for an hour and left without anything to correct. She texted May from the car, "You figured it out." May wrote back, "He made it easy." Lisa thought about that for a while on the drive home. She decided that was probably the most accurate thing anyone had said. Wheels still uses the wheelchair for active time. He still settles onto May for rest time. He still crosses the apartment with those green eyes tracking whatever he is interested in, moving through his space at his own pace and in his own way, entirely unconcerned with what anyone else thinks about how he gets around. He was not waiting for someone to fix him. He was waiting for someone willing to meet him exactly where he was. May was that person. He just did not know it until she watched a video on a Wednesday afternoon and decided to call. Was there a moment in the story where you would have called, or would you have kept scrolling? Tell me in the comments. If any part of her story felt familiar, if you've ever fallen for the one everybody else kept passing by, leave a comment and tell me about them. I would genuinely love to hear it.